Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and showing you some swatches of the brand new Lime Crime Venus XL palette. So this is the big boy palette. As you guys know, Lime Crime has previously released other Venus palettes. They've got the original Venus palette and then I think Venus 2. I have the original one, but I didn't buy the second one purely because, I don't know, it just didn't scream to me. But this one was screaming to me from the first time it was ever announced on the internet. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. I mean, the outside itself is beautiful, and then you open it up and it's just like, oh my god, it's amazing. It's actually what I'm using on my eyes today, and I filmed this entire makeup tutorial. I was really going for something really fun and really bright. So I bought mine in the UK from the company called Love Makeup. Cult Beauty also sell it. The reason I got it from Love Makeup is because Love Makeup released it first and I was that eager to try it and use it and review it for you guys that's the reason why I bought it from there. I think Cult Beauty literally released it like a day later, and I paid £45 for mine. So altogether there are 18 shades and there is a mix of different types of finishes. So according to Lime Crime's website, they say that there are 4 unique finishes which have got 1 swipe coverage, and it's an epic new take on a palette which started it all, with shades ranging from reds, golden roses, berries, pinks, bronze neutrals. So that's the kind of shades that are in here. As you can see, they are all very similar sort of tones. If we are going to have to name it from like the colour spectrum, I would call it the purpley pinky palette because there's loads of variations of purples, berries, plums and pinks. So if those aren't your kind of shades, you will not like this palette. There are 1 or 2 browns in here, but that's literally it. There is nothing other than a berry shade, a dark berry shade, a light berry shade, a berry shade with this, a berry shade with that, and that sort of thing. So they also say highly pigmented, ultra buttery formula lays down a supreme colour payoff that doesn't fade or fall out. And it is in a beautiful mirrored gilded pink box, idolizing Venus herself. Now I have to say that their claims are 100% spot on. This palette is excellent. I am so happy that I got it. Everything that they say is true. 1 swipe coverage. Oh my god, these shades are so pigmented that I was genuinely shocked. Even when I put together this makeup look that I'm wearing right now, and I filmed it in a tutorial like I said, it was the first time I was using those shades, so I wasn't quite prepared for how intense this look was going to come out. The reason I've got such bright lips, which is a Lime Crime shade called Rustic, is because I actually thought that the lips would not be as powerful as the eyes. Clearly I was wrong. Obviously I'm not disappointed. I'm just letting you guys know that this palette is super intense. Buttery shades, yep. Highly pigmented, yep. Supreme colour payoff, yep to everything. It says there are 4 finishes. Matte, which is matte. Matte sparkle, same matte formula with a bit of sparkle to it, even though I have to personally say that I don't really find that the sparkle really transfers much. It doesn't really stay that much, and there only really seems to be 2 of those shades, so it's not such a big deal for me. A glow shade, which is soft luminous finish, not satin, not shimmer, just a glow. And then metallic, which is ultra shiny shimmer. So like I said, altogether 18 amazing shades, and I am genuinely really happy with this palette. It's huge, it's gorgeous. It's been a long time since Lime Crime have come out with a new eyeshadow palette, so I think it was something that everybody was really happy to see from the brand. And I personally love Lime Crime's products. I think they're excellent quality, and their packaging as well. I mean, it's always very different, very unique, and they have obviously carried on with that whole Venus sort of theme. So overall, really happy with this palette. The only thing that I have to say is that there are no pale sort of shades. So there's no brow bone highlighting shade, there's no tear duct shade. I mean, there's 1 pale shade here, but personally it would not come out well on me as a highlighting shade. There is 1 plain shade here which is called Blank Canvas. It's a straight up like ivory matte that I just use to neutralize my eyes, but all the colors are within the same tone. So there's not like really dark shade or really fair shades. they're all kind of sitting within that medium range. So I had to use something else to use on my tear duct and use on my highlight. But if those things don't bother you so much, they don't bother me so much. I mean, I don't mind if things like that aren't in a palette, as long as the rest of the palette has excellent quality shades. And I have to say that none of these let me down. The mattes are a little bit powdery, but not too powdery. But you only need to really tap your brush in a little bit to get a lot onto the brush. And the colour payoff is so intense, the chances of you having to go back in again are very, very slim. The metallic shades as well, one swipe, literally, as they say. What do they say again? One swipe coverage is what they said completely. This shade here, Inspire, is what I put on my lid before I put something else on. It was one swipe. I didn't have to go in with any more than that. The shades stay on the lid all day. I have got primer on. I would always recommend putting primer on your eyelids so that it keeps your shadow in place all day, stops it from creasing, and creates more of an intensity as your shadow is sticking to that primer. But genuinely, this palette is absolutely stunning. It will work well on all skin tones as well. The shades are just amazing, and I just love, love, love this palette. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you swatches of all of them and let you know what my thoughts are of the individual shades as well, letting you know whether there are any misses in here, because obviously it is interesting to know and it is a review. So first off, this is what the palette looks like up close. It's gorgeous. It's got Venus on the front. Pink packaging. It's very heavy weight, by the way. Look how thick the palette is. This is not something that I would recommend for you if you are traveling. It's very heavy and weighty and will weigh quite a bit in your suitcase. And then you open it up and here are all the shades. There's a good mirror there, and this is what all the shades look like all together. So this shade here is called Eden, and this one is a beautiful coral rose shade with a metallic finish. This shade here is called Love. Oh my god, this shade is stunning. Look at it. It is a beautiful bronzy peach shade with a metallic finish. This shade here is called Passion. It's actually one of the shades I'm wearing today. And this is a matte shade, and it's a beautiful bright raspberry shade. This shade here is called Fresca. And this is one of the sparkle matte shades. Not gonna lie, the sparkle does remain. Wow. This is like a taupey shade with pink sparkles in it. So for those of you that love to wear mattes on the lid but want to have something a little bit extra, this will look amazing. This shade here is called Inspire. This is what I'm actually wearing on my lid. I have glitter on top, by the way, but that's what I'm wearing underneath the glitter. This one is a beautiful metallic shade, and it's like a berry colour. And this one on the end is called Idolized. And this one is a lovely caramel shade. This is one of the ones which is described as a glow finish, which means it's just got a soft luminous finish. To me it just looks matte, but we'll just go with what they say, okay? This shade here is called Aphrodite. And this one is a beautiful reddish brown. This is also described as a glow shade, but again, to me it just looks matte. This one is called New Classic. How beautiful is that shade? So pretty. It's a bronzy brown shade with a metallic finish to it. This one is called Burnt Gold. This one looks like a browny terracotta shade. This is also with the glow finish, but again, looks matte to me. This shade is called Flora. This shade is absolutely stunning. It's one of the ones I'm wearing on my lid. It's a bright, deep coral shade, and it's in a matte finish. It's gorgeous. This shade is called Scallop. And this one is a very pale, pinky peach shade. I actually use this as a transitional shade today. It's beautiful, and it's matte. And then this shade here is called Celestial. And here it is. It's one of the sparkle mattes. It's like a plummy brown shade with gold sparkles. I don't know, the gold sparkles kind of seem to be coming off a bit, so don't know if that one's any good. This shade is called Ethereal. And this one is a beautiful pale pink shade with a metallic finish. Really beautifully pigmented. This one here is called Triumph. Beautiful cranberry shade with a matte finish. This one is called Supreme. And this one is a dark mauve shade with a glow finish. I definitely can't tell the difference in texture between the mattes and the glows. Mattes are a little bit more drier and the glows are a little bit more soft. So I can see the difference between them, but a beautiful colour regardless. This shade is called Blank Canvas. And this one is a matte beige shade, great to use on the brow bone if you want, or all over the lid to neutralize your eyes like I did. This shade is called Botticelli, and this one you can see is a deep wine shade. It's matte, gorgeously pigmented. And this last shade here is called Goddess. This one is probably one of my favorite colors. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's one of the glow finishes, and it's in a dusty rose shade, but more of a pinky rose, I would say. So that's it for the swatches. Look at my hand, it's stained. Look at my fingers, stained. So that is just something you need to remember. These are the kind of shades in here which can stain your eyelids. So make sure you use an oil-based makeup remover to remove everything properly. I love the shades in this palette. They're gorgeous. You can layer them. I've layered like 3 shades in my crease to create this look today. And I am genuinely really happy with this palette. I'm very happy that I got it. I give it a 10 out of 10. I think all the shades are of excellent quality. I don't think there's a single shade in here that has let me down yet. All of them work beautifully together. They all complement each other as well. So I think that those of you that do decide to get this will not be disappointed. So that's it for my review along with swatches of the Lime Crime XL Venus XL palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you are planning to get your hands on this at any point in the future. Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe in regards to the palette, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.